Hi there, welcome to day one of 3 days Secrets of Storytelling Masterclass. I want to congratulate you for taking the first step towards becoming a master storyteller. Now, by the end of this course, you are going to learn how to become a master storyteller because you are going to learn all the secrets, all the tips, all the tricks that I've learned over the years. I've taught so many people, you're going to get it all. If you do not know already, my name is Haritosh Srivastav. I'm a public speaking coach, a certified mentor, and author of the amazing bestseller Small Town Bigger Dreams. My purpose in life is to become a guiding light of people like you to help them discover their true voice and confidence so that they can make an impact to the world. Now, before we move forward, there is something really, really important that I want to cover, and this is something which makes or breaks a great storyteller, and which is how you proceed with this. How you proceed, there are multiple ways to do. One is that you take it like a YouTube video, you take it like a passive course, you just listen to it, you just watch it like another video. You're gonna get some value out of it, but you're not gonna get a lot of value. But if you want to get the maximum out of it, you have to be actively involved, you have to be aggressively involved, if I may say. As I learned a few years back, when you just passively learn, just passively listen and watch, you retain about 55% of what you learn. But if you go ahead and not only passively learn, but also become active, you take notes, you do whatever is taught, then you can retain as much as 70 to 75%. And if you go one step further, you where not only you're listening, not only you're making notes, but you do all the exercises as if your life depends on it. You make it like you have invested the whole life saving on it. That's where you retain 90 to 99% of that. So do you want to just retain 55%, or you want to retain the 95 to 99%? I was like the same person who started off, who used to just passively attend so many videos, courses, and all. And when people ask me, I was like, yeah, I attended, but I don't remember now. But then I learned the secret. I learned to be completely involved and engrossed and engaged. And that's where my learning went skyrocket. I know there are people, hundreds of people who attend this course, and I can tell exactly that who's gonna be successful and who's gonna be failure just by knowing how are they taking the course. So do you want to be a successful storyteller? Do you want to be a master storyteller? I want to invite you to make sure that you take this course seriously. You go on a place which is secluded. You do not have any distraction. You are having pen and paper, the one of the most important tools for learning. Have some pen and paper and go all in. Make sure that you're doing all the exercises, everything that is told, because that's how you become the master storyteller. So this is a high level plan. Today we're going to discuss about a lot of whys. Tomorrow you're going to learn some great secrets, something which has been hidden from almost 98% of storytellers. And on day three, which is going to be a live session, you're going to learn some nuances, some skills that will take your storytelling to the next level that you have never imagined. So let me ask by telling, who needs to know about storytelling? Who exactly need to know about storytelling? Now, we're going to come back to this in a minute, but can you tell me who is this? Chances are you already know who is this person. This person is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, as a lot of people know, was the founder of Apple, and a lot of people think that he was a techie guy. He was a salesperson. But you know what? What is his most amazing quality, which made all the difference? He was a master storyteller. He was a wonderful, wonderful storyteller. You know, the reason the Apple became the most valuable company in the world is because he changed the perception of Apple through his stories. You would have seen those launches of iPhone and iPads and other things, and taking out this envelope. He didn't talk about all the great features and benefits and things like that. What he was talking about is the story. How can this impact you? What is the story that you're gonna tell? A lot of people go crazy, and I'm not against Apple or any other similar products. But a lot of people do not go deep into that. If you ask anyone, why are you buying iPhone? I remember there was this big queue. I saw a video which was amazing. There was this big queue of people lining up to get the latest iPhone, whatever version it was, 11, 12, 13, whatever it was. And this guy goes and he has a video crew and he goes towards the end of the line. This is like half a mile, half a kilometer line. And he asks that last person, why are you standing here? Why are you waiting for that? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get the latest iPhone. Like, okay, but why do you want to take latest iPhone? He's like, I do not know how, but this is gonna change my life. Really? A phone is gonna change your life? Because that's the narrative that has been set by the Apple guys, by the salesperson, the stories of ease of use, the stories of customer experience, the story of what you're gonna get when you get iPhone. And this all started because of this guy, Steve Jobs. And this is what he had to say about storytelling. He said that it's not the person who is the having more authority, it's the person who's saying the stories, because the storyteller sets the vision, the values, the agenda of the whole generation. Do you want to be that person? Do you want to set the agenda for the next generation? If you want to, then my friend, you need to master storyteller. You need to have an impeccable stories with you. No, a lot of people think that storytelling has become so popular nowadays, right? And probably, why do I need to know story? Is it new? Is it old? Now, let me tell you, storytelling is not new, right? Let me take you not only to days, months, years, decades. Let me take you to the start of where it all started. Yes, this is the era of before internet, before TV, before phone, before newspaper, before printing, before books, before any scriptures. This is the era of ape man. Ape men were supposed to do two things. One is to survive, not get killed by predators, not become the lunch or breakfast or dinner of any of these predators, lions or wolves out there. And second is to thrive, do their own hunting, get the food for themselves and for their families. And one thing happened which changed the course of it, which was the invention of fire. When the fire was invented, and that's where they used to sit around, they will go out for hunting and make sure they are in the group, they're not getting hunted by any predators. But when they will come back in the night, they will sit around the fire, and that's where they will tell stories. Stories which will change the generation, stories which will make the impact. This was the only way of communicating and passing on the information. There were some bad storytellers, but there were some impeccable storytellers even at that time. And that set the tone of the whole generations to come. What if you can learn those languages? Let's take it to little more context. Let's talk about religions. I'm not a criticizer of any particular religion, but if you look at, and even if you are an atheist, you look at any of the scriptures, any of the epics, any of the great holy books, look at Bhagavad Gita, look at Quran, look at Bible, look at Guru Granth Sahib. These are all filled with stories. That's right. How good wins over evil. How if you do bad things happen to you. How if you follow the religion, if you follow the belief, it will make your life worthwhile. And this is how they recruited believers. This is how they told impactful, interesting stories, which cuts across generation, which cuts across time, across regions. Not only that, if you look at great leaders of the world, people do not follow Mahatma Gandhi or Martin Luther King or Nelson Mandela just because they had great personality, great looks. They were average. But what made people connect with them, what made people blind follower them, what made lakhs and lakhs of people follow them, were their amazing power of storytelling. When they told the story from the stage, people went crazy. Today also we hear stories of so many freedom fighters like Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Sukhdev. Like, you know, Bhagat Singh was on fast for 60 days. He didn't eat anything for 60 days. Is it a joke? Like, how many of you can survive for 1 or 2 days having a meal? Like, when you have, I know, when you, a lot of people fast, you're like, I need to eat this, I need to eat that. Can you survive without eating for 60 days? And when you hear that stories, do you not feel inspired? Do you not feel motivated? This is the power of stories. You know, let's take it to the business context. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are somebody who wants to get the better funding, better investment, better profit, you need to tell stories. There's no other way. Whether you are going to Shark Tank, you're going to Dragon's Den, or any of such places, the people who get the most investment are the people who tell the best stories. Do you want to get better funding? Do you want to get that most deserved hike? Do you want to go to the next mile and get whatever you want? That is why you need to learn storytelling. There's so many benefits of storytelling. But if I have to tell you three, top three benefits, which is summarize all the benefits, which has literally changed the lives of millions, this is gonna be, it impacts your perceptions. The story about iPhone I was telling, because they have built a perception that no, iPhone means you're rich, iPhone means you are stylish, iPhones means you are the person who's creative. And this is all done through, that's right, stories. So what kind of stories you're telling, that impacts your perception. Number two is it drives action. You know, this is famous Greek story where there was a big war going on and all the soldiers were collected in an assembly. There was this first general who came and gave a good speech, and people were, all the soldiers were very delighted and they clapped for them. The second general came. He told better stories, better impact. This time, not only soldiers clapped, they actually gave him standing ovation. But you know what? When the third general came and he said the story of sacrifice, story of people losing their life because they wanted the dignity of their nation, the story of how it is that point of the history that can change the course of their country, people did not clap. People did not give standing ovation. People actually started marching right behind him. So your stories can actually drive action, and it can convert your skeptics to your loyal raving fan. Have you ever been into a conference where no, you were like, maybe this guy doesn't know anything? Have you seen any of the TED talks? They're like, yeah, this guy, how can he do this? But by the end of his or her person's talk, by the way the stories is told, everyone gives a standing ovation. Everyone is like, I want a piece of that. I want to know more. I want to learn more from him. This is what effective stories do to you. So, who is the storytelling for? It's for business owner and entrepreneurs who wants to get the right funding, who wants to scale their business and get the most loyal customer, who want to get the best employees in their organization. It's for the copywriters. It doesn't matter whether you are telling the story or writing the story in the form of email or ads or anything. You have so many ads coming in the newspaper, but if you are look closely, you mostly give attention to only those ads where it has a story, a captivating title and captivating story. It's also for IT consultant. I've been in IT for 15 years, and I know that people who make the best relationship with the customer, people who get the most coveted on-site, people who go and get the most deserved promotions are not the most techie, geeky guy, but are the guys who, when deliver their presentation, talk about customer story, who, when they are presenting to customer, talk about their company stories, who, when they're talking to their team, talking about how their work can impact the larger ecosystem. Those are the people who get the most. It's also for all the accountants. Now imagine you are an accountant for a moment. Imagine that. Now you can tell the story of, okay, I saved you $1,000 tax or 1,000 pound tax or 1 lakh rupees tax. Or you tell the story of when you met that guy who has been charged or slapped with the income tax notice, and how you work day in, day out to help that person so that he can have the hard-earned money for the future of his son, for the studies of his son. My friend, when you tell this story, this is when you will flood it by people who wants to work with you. This is for the marketers and salespeople. A lot of time people just talk about the features and benefits, and you get this, you get that, but they're not telling stories and they're not successful. If you want to become a master salesperson, if you want to become an amazing marketer, you need to learn about stories. It's for the advertisement, all the ads that you see, all the amazing ads that you see. Sometimes, I don't know about you, sometimes I look forward to those ads because those ads give a great stories. The ads like Cadbury's, the ads like the print that you see, Amul is a master advertiser, if you look at, and they always have a story behind their cartoon, which gets printed everywhere. Storytelling is for anyone who wants to earn 5, 6, 7 digit of additional money, of earn a lot of money, and most importantly, make an impact to the world. Are you the one? Do you want to become? Now, a lot of people think that, yeah, that's good. But you know what? As they say, data tell, stories sell. That's because data doesn't have any feelings and emotions attached. What has? Absolutely right. Stories have feelings and emotions attached. Now, are you ready for an experiment? I know I told you we're going to have a lot of exercises and activities. Are you ready for an experiment? Yeah, let's get ready. So we are going to do a very small experiment, and I'm going to show you 3 different scenarios, 3 different slides, and I want you to give complete focus and attention and look at it objectively and look at it what appeals to you. Are you ready? All right. Number 1, according to a WHO report published in 2021, we have more than 770 million people who do not have clean drinking water. More than 770 million people, 0.7 billion people who do not have clean drinking water. They struggle every day to get clean drinking water. All right. Number 2. Now, this is a graph which shows you the water availability per person per year for a few countries. As you can see, there are different spectrum. Some countries have way too much and some countries have way too less. I hope you're paying attention to this one as well. And number 3 is the story of Zoya from Africa. Now, Zoya had to travel 5 miles every day to get 2 buckets of water for herself and family. 5 miles every day. One day, when she was coming back after filling the water, she got a little bit disbalanced and one of the bucket fell down and it broke. Zoya did not know what to do. She was completely anxious. She got frightened and she got scared. And you know what? She actually went on to commit suicide. Zoya was only 13 years old. All right. Now you have all the 3 in front of you. Now, based on all the 3, if I ask you, I'm not going to ask you really, but if I really ask you to make a contribution for a charity, in which case are you more likely to donate? In which case are you going to donate more? First of all, are you going to donate? In which case? And if you're going to donate, in which case are you going to donate? Yeah, I know. Almost everyone, and I've done this experiment so many times, and almost every time people go with option number 3, story. The story of Zoya. People come to me after 6 months and 1 year telling about that they still remember the story of Zoya. They even remember the name Zoya. And this is the power of storytelling. You know, if somebody is ill and if they come that, oh, give me money, we'll probably not give them money. If a party comes to you and say, please fund, you will probably not go. If you are going for, if you somebody gives you offer, you may not. But if you know their vision in form of stories, if you know the benefits in form of story, if you know the impact in form of stories, you're gonna fund it, give it money, or do it whatever it takes. Right? If somebody tells you, okay, yeah, if you become MBA, you're gonna get this and this and this. You're gonna have a better life. You're gonna travel across the world. You're gonna have in 10 years. You're gonna have so many wealth. You're gonna have your own house or great wife or husband and so many things. Chances are you might be sold. You might be making that decision. This, my friend, is the power of storytelling. I don't know about you, but I am having some goosebump moments. I'm having some moments of of realization, like, wow, what is the power of storytelling? Are you ready to get the benefit of the power? Now, before we close today's session, I want you to pay close attention. This is where I'm gonna tell you that why is it so important to know your why. You know, there are only a handful of speakers, communicators, and storytellers, and influencer, and politician, and you name what, who make an impact, who become truly successful. They are the people who have strong inner motivation. It comes from their inner story. It comes from inner reasons. You know, when I think about it, I get inspired because I want to help people with whatever I didn't have. If you do not know my background, I come from a Hindi medium small town, and I didn't had all the great help, all the great guides. Now I'm on a mission to help people like those to realize their potential, get their voice. So I want you to think about what is your compelling reason to learn storytelling. Now, don't go at the surface level. Don't just scratch the surface. It doesn't always help. You just want to become a great presenter or great storyteller. What is it that really matters? Do that exercise multiple times. If it comes, okay, yeah, I want to learn about storytelling. Why? Because I want to be a great presenter. Then go again, go deep. Why you want to be a presenter? Because I want to get more money. Why you want to get more money? Go 4, 5, 6 level deep and think about what is your compelling reason to become a great storyteller. This is one of the most important secret which makes the difference between 98% people and 2% people. In one of my previous live batches, we had a girl, and I asked the same question. What is your reason? Why you want to become a great storyteller? And she said something which made me silent. I had tears in my eyes. I couldn't believe that. She said her father used to be an cab driver, but never used to help her and her mother. And she want to be a great storyteller because then she can share her stories with the world, that you do not need anybody else to help you. You do not need to be dependent on anyone else to become successful. So what's your compelling reason? Why is it that you want to become a great storyteller? So this is your assignment for day 1. Write it down, go deep. Why do you want to become a great storyteller? And I'll see you in the day 2 video.